What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one, and I just watched a movie called Presents. It's not a Christmas movie, all right? Just starring Jenna Lynch Adams, Dave Davis, and Alexandria DeBerry. We don't even know these people like that, and they already have difficult names. Not a good start. Not a good start. First of all, you know I love a good soundtrack, a good score in a movie. I love all that. All right. So I sat down and I thought to myself, what are at least some of the 7 best soundtracks for movies? Didn't do a top 10 or top 5. That was far too difficult to arrange. Sorry, but soundtrack number 1. Batman Forever. Now, you know I've been talking about this for a good long minute. It's probably one of the best soundtracks in film history. Okay? You got U2 with Touch Me, Feel Me, Kill Me, whatever. Okay? And then on the other hand, you got Kiss, which was a huge hit. Kiss from a Rose by Seal. I'm sorry, Kiss. A huge hit, undeniably. And then there's songs on there you didn't even know about, like Method Man and other songs. Okay, this is a huge soundtrack, a grand project, in my opinion. Okay, undeniable. Soundtrack number 2, or should I say number 2 and 3? But we'll put it all together. Nutty Professor 1 and 2 together. Okay, yes, that not only was that a hit movie. Hilarious, had me laughing. Probably one of Eddie Murphy's last good films or franchises. But the soundtracks were incredible. Matter of fact, anything done by Def Jam when it comes to urban movies, black movies, are just phenomenal. Okay, you had Touch Me, Feel Me, another Touch Me, Feel Me song by Case. Remember him, Case and Foxy Brown? Okay, that was a huge hit on that first soundtrack. There were other hits on there too by Montel Jordan and otherwise. Then on the second one, Janet Jackson got her turn. All right, along with a million artists on an album. All right, I had to put those together just to make a great soundtrack all together. It still works. It works. All right. Number 3, The Crow. Oh, this is so special. This is very special because not only are we giving a lot of respect to Brandon Lee there, rest in peace once again, it had that huge hit, The Big Empty by Stone Temple Pilots. All right, now I apologize. I never really just listened through that whole soundtrack, so I can't name songs off the back. There will be some that will pop up here and there, but The Big Empty was the one that stuck with me. It was the one. It was the one, the chosen song. All right. It just worked for that movie. Every time I hear that song, I see clips from that movie. All right. Every time. Number 4, American Gangster. Okay. All right. Now, because this is a Jay-Z produced album, it's gonna be a smash hit. Well, it was Jay-Z in his last prime. Okay, before he turned business. Okay, before he went corporate. All right, and Jay-Z killed the entire album. He had other features on there as well, of course. I never really got the album myself. My brother did. He said it was a phenomenal album. I've heard songs off of there. All right, I know what's up. I know it's good. Okay, it's a solid smash as far as urban black movies go. Okay. Last good urban hip hop soundtrack. Let's put it like that. Then number 5, we have Lost Boys. That is a classic album. Okay, classic. You have with LA Guns and Cry Little Sister. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. Then there was Strange People by The Doors. such an it was also an odd song. It was just an odd song, and you didn't think you could get into it, but you just get into it by the beginning of the movie. It just pops right on, and you already are feeling this. Okay, love that song. Love that song. Then we have number 6, Exit Wounds. Not a lot of people are familiar with this. Okay, this is a movie that DMX did with Jet Li. Or not Jet Li, I'm sorry. The other guy. Okay, the other guy that gets on people's nerves. Be at the bottom of the screen. All right, I can't to mention his name. Yeah. Okay, but despite the movie, the soundtrack is probably even better. Don't sleep on this, okay? It was well known for Ain't No Sunshine by DMX, but that's not even the best song on the soundtrack. Okay, you got Timbaland producing a lot of these tracks. You got Locks on there. You got Playa. Do you remember Playa? Playa was a slept on group that never really went past one album. Rest in peace to Static. Okay, this is a slept on soundtrack that needs to be listened to. Honestly. Okay. Don't sleep on this. Check this out if you can. Any way you can, please. All right. And number 7, Queen of the Damned. This was just such a special project because this is produced by Jonathan Davis of Korn. The entire album. There were rock groups on there that were undiscovered and put on there, and then they were made into greatness, in my opinion. There were rock groups on there you wouldn't even recognize were them because Jonathan Davis took their sound and their style and just made his own thing through this entire album. He killed it. It was Jonathan Davis all over this. Korn all over this. All right. Some soundtracks are just better than the movies, period. I'll say that right now. Now we have Presence and their soundtrack and their score for their songs. And my question is, will the score for Presence be as good as these soundtracks we've heard in the past? We're about to find out. Let's go. Presence. For those who don't know, for those who are not aware, honestly, I don't blame you. If you're not aware, I really don't blame you. I had to hunt like a true hunter for this movie, or just it kind of just passed by me, and I had to say, okay, what is this? Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, let's see what's going on. So it wasn't really something that nobody's really looking around for. I'll mention that. Okay, it's nobody's searching for this. Nobody. All right, I'll let you slide. Presence. It's pretty much about 2 business partners. One's named Jennifer. She's the main character of the story. All right. And they are going on this business trip to do some business with their investor all of a sudden that the other girl knows for some reason. All right. And on this trip, some weird happenings start going on. People start dying. All arrows are pointing at Jennifer, wondering what the hell did she bring on this trip with her. All right. And that's the premise of the movie. Positives. The mystery of it all. All right. As soon as you start watching this, not much is explained. And that's good. That's good. That's a good thing. They don't explain a lot. Things just start happening all of a sudden. She's doing one, she's at the house, now she's at the bar with this guy she knows. Blah, blah, blah. And you're wondering what the connection is there. And something happens and that guy ends up missing. Okay. People go missing around her a lot. And you're trying to figure out, why is this happening? Why is it all evolved around her? And then it gets even worse on the boat trip. All right. And that's why the guy played by Dave Davis has to figure out what's going on. It's like he knows something. He knows something. He just can't put his finger on it. And there are a lot of context clues, that are mentioned in the movie about what's going on. It just have to hit you. But you gotta pay attention to every conversation that Dave Davis has, if you can. All right, pay attention. Another positive. it didn't waste time with the kills. Now, usually a lot of these murder movies or horrors or whatever thrillers, they take their good little sweet time getting to the murders part and the killing and all that and the kill counts. This was killing from the beginning. Okay, this is not the exact beginning, but it wasted no time regardless. All right, you have to kind of get through at least one scene, and then the next scene, things are gonna happen. Okay, things are already happening. Weird stuff is already popping off. All right, it takes no time with that. All right, it takes no time wasted. Now, my question of how good the kills were, that's for a later time. All right, we'll discuss that in a minute. But right now, we're talking about just how quick it got to the murder, the stab, the slice. All right, it got to there real quick. It just it was not ashamed of letting you know, hey, this is a horror thriller. This is a thriller. All right, well, we're letting you know right now, people are gonna die. All right, no doubt about that. My last positive for this, the crazy character connection. Now, of course, I want to say this is like a twist, but then I can't say that. I'll explain that later on. People who want to watch still. It's not. I'm not saying the twist part so much as just you'll never figure out why these characters are these certain, especially those three main characters that I just named the actors for, why they're all connected like this. You'll never figure it out until maybe like towards the end of the movie. All right. Like I said, there's context clues and everything. Repeat myself on that one, but I have to let that be known. There are context clues that will be thrown in the air, but you won't catch it. You won't catch it, okay? And just looking at these characters, you're not going to think this person is doing this, and this person knows this already, and this person was already connected to this before the movie even started, to that, and this and that. And that's more than just the three characters. There's other characters in the movie, all right? Just the three main ones. But there are other characters in the movie that are also just kind of in the heat of things. You got to catch it all. You got to catch what's going on, or you'll never guess. You'll never guess. If you can, before the movie ends, that's a good little challenge right there, because I'll give it that. It was that the connection was crazy. It was insane. All right. Negatives. Here we go. The acting was horrible, atrocious acting. I understand this is it's maybe a beginning film for some of these actors. They're all new people. I've never heard of any of these people. All right, so yes, there's going to be a little bit of fumble here and there, but they all were terrible at acting. Terrible, delayed reactions, talking weird when there was no need to talk like that. The guy character, Dave Davis. I'm sorry, Dave Davis, but what the hell, man? What was that? What were you trying to channel? What character were you trying to channel? Because you were in the wrong movie, all right? And you were in the wrong movie. It wasn't even the right temperament for your character that you were doing. You were probably the worst one. Yes, he was the worst one. Screw it. He was the worst one. All right. Bottom line. I can't even hide that one. All right. He did a terrible job. Worse than the other ones were just horrible. The other ones were trash. Okay. But he was the top notch of trash in this game. Just bad. Then another negative. The dialogue was terrible as well. The dialogue was just so horrid. The bar scene, the whole entire bar scene made no sense. This guy that she's with is picking a fight with another guy that's flirting with her, and the way that he does it is just, yeah, I would have the same look on my face that guy had on there when he said what he said to him. All right. Dude, what are you doing with this chick? What are you doing with her in the first place? If you know you're at a bar, why are you mad that other guys are hitting on her? You're at a bar. Y'all are ex lovers. Okay, keep that at the house. Keep that at the house. What was the point? And then the fight was so stupid. The way the fight started was dumb. It just, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this movie? I want to hunt them down and ask questions. And I'm not talking about anything violent. I'm talking about just what? Why'd you write the movie like this? Why? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? Okay. Man, another negative, like we're all waiting to get to, the music did not fit the movie. The music did not fit the movie at all. All right. There are a lot of movies that kind of swerve off from what the movie whole vibe is. The score doesn't really match sometimes, but this never matched the movie throughout, in and throughout. Not one time did any of these songs. Some of the songs were like made for other like serious drama movies and the sad stuff like that, where you actually feel some emotion for the characters. I didn't feel any emotion for any of these characters. Nothing. I didn't bond. There was no bond. Nothing like that. Nothing of the sort. It just was not good. Okay. So no, this doesn't add up to any of the movies I mentioned earlier. They failed that part. Last negative. As you can see by now, the plot was entirely weak. Weaker than a baby's neck, a newborn baby's neck. Okay, just weak. All right, very weak. Not only that, there was supposed to be a twist. This has to be one of the worst twists ever, because once you find out the twist, you discover the twist, they do nothing with it. There was no point. So all that you just went through, there was no point in any of it. Any of this. I have to warn you right now. You'll see the twist, but you'll then wonder why. Why did they go there? Why was this even necessary? Well, this whole time was for nothing. To do that. And then what? You could say it's for this, but that's a very weak point to make. You'll have to see when you see it. I've got to get this hell nah. Hell no. Hell no. This is very bad. It's bad. It's one of the worst, probably the worst movies of the year. Okay? All right? Press that like button, share. You better subscribe.